Hi guys, PJ here. Today I'm fitting a neck-based dash cam on a Mercedes SLK. Now this particular Mercedes, it has got the auxiliary 12-volt socket just there, which makes life very easy, because if you haven't got that, the fuse box for this to have an ignition switched is buried in the boot behind this panel, which is obviously quite a lot of disassembly. Got another video up on YouTube showing you how to take all this apart should you need to do that, but for this car we'll just concentrate on the basics and getting it wired to the front. First things first, we're starting below the glove box here. You're going to have 3 TX20s. 1, 2, 3. Undo the 3 TX20s using a Torx driver and drop the panel down so that you can get to the cigarette lighter rear plug, just there, look. So I'm going to pull the rear plug off and splice into the power wire for that. Power cable wise, we're going to start at the top. So there's your power cable lock. Basically we're going to tuck it above the headline in here. If it's got a big gap and it's a bit loose with age, you can pop a cable tie around this just to pad it out a bit, and that'll help grip so that when you're to pothole the cable doesn't dangle down in front of you. But we're going to run it along down the edge of the window screen here to here, tuck it down here, pop this end panel off. You basically need a plastic leverage tool like so, and you can pop it off. You put that in and pull it, and it's got some little clips that hold it in and it'll pop off. It opens up some areas where you can use your earth, so there's like a bolt behind you, I'll show you in a minute. And then your power cable, obviously you're going to run along to here. With the end panel popped off, like I say, it's on little, show you quickly, springy clips, look. Sort of pops in on those, onto these little holes. But with that off, you reveal this fuse box. Now it does depend on the model, the country it was sold, the spec, etc. Fuse boxes do vary from model to model, year to year, etc. But on this particular one, all these fuses are constant live, no good. We need an ignition switch live, which is why we're using the cigarette lighter power, save going to the boot fuse box. Here's your earth, so I took out a 13mm bolt, put a ring terminal on, there's your black wire, and we're earthing that out, which comes to here. Power cable, like I say, we're going to take along now and splice into the socket. So if the ignition switched on, we've established that black and yellow third pin here is the switched power. So let's go to the meter, wiggle my prong, there you go. Ignition switch. So if we turn the ignition off, that'll read 0. So we can basically splice into this wire to run the dash cam, using a fuse of course. When you get to the point with the fuse holder, so there's your power cable, look, going back to your fitting kit that you've ordered. Don't forget to put your little 2 or 3 amp fuse in your fuse holder. These fuse holders with bits of wire on each end of them, you can get these from eBay, Amazon, most car shops, a couple of £1. And obviously the other end of it, you're going to tee into the wire that was ignition switched. So in other words, we put bayonet on that end, look, or solder it, either of which. Plug those two together, loom it all up or heat shrink it all up, whichever, so it's nice and covered. Make sure you put the female bayonet, if you're using bayonets, on the incoming end, because power will come through this. You don't want to expose steel male bayonet on the end of that in case it ever comes unplugged. We're going to loom all this up, like I say, tuck all the wire apart the way, and then it's really, once you put your fuse in, time to give it a test. Okay, camera stuck on window screen, ready to go. Let's turn the ignition on and see if we get power. And there we go. Blue light, that means there's power to it, and there we go, powering up. And that is how you'd fit a dash cam hardwired into one of these vehicles. Hopefully this was of some help to somebody out there. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.